A woman at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, she refused to get married. And her father went and complained to the Prophet ﷺ, said, Ya Rasulullah, my daughter is growing older and she's refusing to marry. What should I do? He said, bring her to me, let me talk to her. When he spoke to her, he asked her why. And she said to him, Ya Rasulullah, I refuse to get married until I know what Allah is going to ask me about my duties towards that man. What do I have to do? I need to know what his rights are. She's not even asking about her own rights. Subhanallah. Why? She's asking about what Allah is going to question her, because she knows marriage is an act of worship. She fears Allah. Beautiful woman, tabarakallah. And when the Prophet ﷺ told her about the rights, she found herself not ready yet. She said, Ya Rasulullah, I'm not ready to fulfill that yet. I need to go back and think about this. So he said to her father, you can't force her. Leave her until she's ready. Subhanallah. Another woman came to the Prophet ﷺ, said to him, Ya Rasulullah, the hadith is in Sahih Muslim. So she said, Ya Rasulullah, my father forced me to marry this particular man, and I didn't want him, but I had no choice. So Rasul ﷺ said to her, it's up to you. Either you can stay with him, or if you want, I can divorce you from him. Do you see? And she replied, I'll accept my father's decision and stay with him. So it's an arranged marriage that was forced on her. But she said, I wanted the other women to know that in Islam, women have a right not to be forced into a marriage or their father marrying them off without her consent. Same with the boy, but more on the girl. But in our culture, the culture of a lot of the people is that they kind of force the girl a little bit more. They think they own her. And the boy as well. I hear about a lot of these cases. One brother said to me, well actually a few brothers there, I hear this from my friends who are older and they've got daughters and sons. I had a group of brothers who were sitting together talking about this topic, and they said, you know, wallahi, if my son doesn't marry the girl that I choose for him, I will not accept. I said to him, how could you say such a thing? He said, yeah, Islam tells us because I know what's best for him. I go, okay, and what if it didn't work out and he got divorced? He's going to blame you. I said, oh no, I didn't think about it that way. I said, if you want harmony, you can only advise your daughter, advise your son. Those they marry, if it doesn't work out, wallahi, you're going to be the biggest enemy. And so it's your fault. They'll never listen to you again. It might work, it might not. And I'm not saying that arranged marriages is forbidden in Islam. Arranged marriage is halal in Islam. But the only condition about arranged marriages, if you want to go on that path, there's several ways. But one of them, if your culture says arranged marriages, the only condition about arranged marriages in Islam is that once it comes time to marry them, both the girl and the boy have a right, 100% right, with no compulsion, to say no, I don't want this marriage. And the parents, it is incumbent upon them, it is compulsory upon them to listen to their children if they don't want to marry them. They can try to convince them, but back off. Back off. Subhanallah. And I just quoted for you the hadith which is Sahih Muslim about the woman that said, Ya Rasulullah, I was pressured and forced into and I didn't want it. And he gave her the option of leaving the marriage.